This video is brought to you by me and my freshly launched sticker shop, Digital Ghetto. This is something I've been working on for the last few months. All the designs are by me, I'm shipping all the orders myself, and while it's really not all that related to what I do here on YouTube, think of it as my version of merch or a Patreon. You can check it out at shop.digitalghetto.net, link in the description. While the Ramones might be Rick's most popular and successful footwear design, the Geobasket is his most recognizable, for better and for worse. From $10,000 rotting pairs of dunks on Grailed to a decade worth of memes, I think a lot of people have been exposed to the Geobasket over the years, even if they don't know what it is. This was also many people's first entry into the world of Rick. In fact, my first serious fashion purchase was a pair of 2016 Geobaskets, which I still wear to this day. I've been wearing those into the ground, so last summer I decided it was finally time to get a new pair. They come inside the classic big, thick, heavyweight cardboard mainline Rick Owens box, literally the same as my original pair and other pairs of Ricks I've reviewed on the channel. What's not the same is the tote bag, which is much taller and less wide than the previous one, and now features a white or milk color embroidered Rick Owens logo. I'm not sure what season this change happened, but it's very different from every other one I have. Also included are an extra set of laces. The previous Rick reviews I've done on this channel have been somewhat negative when it comes to materials, construction techniques, and just overall value. Truth be told, while they look great, his boots are just underwhelming as objects, and they don't seem to hold up incredibly well long term. I don't think that's the case with mainline Geobaskets and Ramones, however. These are notably well-made shoes. The full-grain calf leather is crazy nice, it's thick, the tongue is heavily padded. The construction and stitching here are also very solid. I actually feel that these are better made than my old pair. Both these and the Ramones are partially welted. I don't know how a sole replacement would work on this, but you're still getting durability benefits with that, and it looks good. The sole, too, I've had really good luck with both this and the Dark Shadow one. Despite being a 1.5-inch platform, there's not a crazy amount of heel drag on my old pairs, both are still going strong. These strike a perfect balance of feeling solid, durable, almost like a boot, but still being luxurious. And while I don't think they're worth what they MSRP for now, they definitely look and feel like $400 to $500 shoes. I don't think there's much to say about the design of the Geobasket at this point. It's very well known, even by people who aren't fashion enthusiasts. The concept here is, what if a sneaker was a boot? And when they came out well over a decade ago and even before that as dunks, it was a pretty audacious statement. But these days, Rick's monster trucks for your feet are beginning to feel more like a compact SUV. I remember how comically large these used to feel, but today they're getting dwarfed by the average Balenciaga low-top sneaker. These are not a flashy showstopper shoe to me anymore. I just embrace them as an everyday staple. Basically, it's my version of a Jordan 1. I still do perceive them as being more of a lightweight boot than a beefed up sneaker, but the impact of the Geobasket now is more down to legacy than it is to its design being something that's uniquely loud. One thing that I think is very overlooked with on the Geobasket is how different they can look depending on how they're laced. My original pair came out of the box laced very loosely, giving the tongue a tombstone-like appearance, which widens the visual footprint of the shoe. I've come to prefer this tighter lacing that's more reminiscent of a boxing glove and constricts the tongue to conform with the shin, but your preference may vary depending on what kind of pants you wear with them. You could even go fully laceless if you wanted. So the Geobasket is a very well understood design at this point, but what's new here and what drove me to pick up a second pair is the colorway, Pearl. Pearl is a color that has been in the Rick Owens palette for a long time, appearing as a gray-silver and usually being used as an accent color, and it was never really appealing, to be honest. The colorways that featured it were among the most undesirable and stuck around the longest during sales. For Spring-Summer 24 Lido, however, the pearl color was brought to the forefront, being featured as a primary color on many classic footwear models in the collection. I've never seen the old pearl in person, but it seems the tone may have been slightly altered, and now everything on the shoe, from sole to laces, is uniformly colored. The color is not quite what I expected, but not in a bad way. Online, most product photos gave me the impression that this would be an aged white, sort of a more saturated version of the classic Rick Milk. In reality, while it does change pretty drastically depending on lighting conditions, this is not that. There's no yellow hue to it, and it's a much darker color than off-white. Honestly, a better name for this color would be cement or concrete. Nonetheless, there's something very striking about it due to it being 100% this color with flawless color matching between the different materials. It looks like when the Vision got domed and lost all his color, or if Counter-Strike wasn't installed and it's missing its texture. I'm excited to see how they age. I think they're going to develop a dark patina like a NASA spacesuit, and that'll look great. Half the reason my old Geobaskets have lasted so long is because I had no idea how to wear those things back in the day. I probably looked like a fool. Part of that was my insistence on tucking pants into the shoe, as to not obscure my shoes that I was so proud of. Now I think that there are looks with these that are able to show off the whole shoe and look good. I almost never wear shorts, but that can be a great look with these, and Rick does have slimmer pants that complement these well, though I feel that look is kind of dated at this point. The way I've been rocking Geobaskets for the last year or two is with straight-cut baggy pants billowing over them. For me, this is a casual, everyday look. I probably wear some form of this half the time I go outside. There's just something so perfect about it. It feels like a slacker look, but it's elevated by the Geobasket. I have tried so hard to find another shoe that can play this role for me, be it a sneaker or a boot, and I just haven't been satisfied. A pure sneaker, it just feels too small, too casual, and a boot is a boot. It's more aggressive, it's more cumbersome. I just love the way that these shoes are big enough to support a moderately baggy pant, but not too big as to be overwhelming, and then the leather and the first bit of paneling past the toe box peeks out. Despite the age of this design, it fits in better with the average outfit of today than when it came out, and I don't think most people will struggle to style these now. I also like that compared to the Ramones, these feel a lot less trendy these days. I feel like I see them not even half as often. I went true to size on these, which for me is a size 42 EU or 9 US, and they fit well. There's a little bit of room at the toe, which is normal for Geobaskets, but I probably could have gone down half a size for a really snug fit. These do have removable insoles, which makes them infinitely more wearable than my old pair that feels like walking on a rock. Like I mentioned, there is a bit of a platform with the classic Rick Sharktooth sole, but I don't have any issues wearing this. I can even comfortably drive a manual car with them. And of course, these do have side zips, very beefy ones at that, which makes taking these on and off trivial. I continue to love the Geobasket after all these years, and unless I could get my hands on a pristine pair of classic Dunks, I can't think of any other shoe I'd replace them with. While the design might not be groundbreaking anymore, it's still an icon that I think has stood the test of time and fits in perfectly with the current landscape of fashion. That's all I've got to say about these. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.